relationship with domestic violence. I found a wonderful organization that's trying to educate and support those that are suffering from the hands of abusers. That organization is our local Families in Crisis, and it needs our support to continue to provide services to those suffering from domestic violence. As parents, we have an obligation to our children to try to deflect them from domestic violence relationships, even though they may not have had experience with domestic violence in the past. It could be in their future when they start dating. And also, I know that we're all interested in golf. I thought that this would be a good way that we could support this organization, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go on further. As a nurse, I see many women coming into the ER that have suffered from the hands of their abusers. They see them, they're scared, they don't know where to go, they don't know how to leave the relationship, they feel trapped, they end up going back home, and then eventually they'll end up coming back to the ER again. Domestic violence is just a problem that our world continues to face on a daily basis. It's just senseless. As a society, we need to try to make a change to better this situation when we're dealing with domestic violence. Today, I'll start out our speech talking about the history a little bit of Families in Crisis. We'll talk about some statistics, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about how you can help families in crisis. In researching a nonprofit organization in need, I found that our local Families in Crisis was established in 1990. One of the unpublished articles by one of the board members, Rick Kincaid, states that Families in Crisis started in June of 1990 when a bunch of concerned citizens got together and felt like they needed to form a shelter for abused women and their children. This group recognized that domestic violence not only affected the victims, but it affected the community as a whole. So they worked together to form more options available for those victims in our community and try to deter the repeated cycles of the abuse. According to Mr. Kincaid, Families in Crisis received its first one-time only grant in July of 1990 from the Department of Human Services. They used this grant then to buy homes or shelters for underserved areas of Tennessee. Families in Crisis was able to open its first shelter in February 1991. Today, Families in Crisis is an incorporation. They call it Families in Crisis New Beginnings. It's a comprehensive shelter. It not only provides shelter, but a lot of other services as well. They have a dedicated staff of 6 members. They serve Warren County, Grundy County, and Sequatchie counties, and their mission is to interrupt the cycle of domestic violence and hold the offenders accountable. They, like I said before, they offer shelter to their victims. They offer a 24-hour hotline. They also offer clothing, food, transportation, help with court or their court advocacy. They also provide assistance in finding employment and permanent housing for their victims. They will go and help the victims with orders of protection. They'll help with child support. They provide bi-monthly support group meetings to the community. And I think most importantly, they provide education to the community and to our youth. They'll go into the school and teach awareness and prevention to our children. So now that you know a little bit about the history of Families in Crisis, let's look at some domestic violence statistics that I found out along the way. I sat down with Families in Crisis Director Christy Stubblefield on April the 16th, just the other day, and she got to talking to me about some of the statistics that she's had to encounter, and she shared those with me. She said that in our country alone, Battering is the single major injury to women. This exceeds muggings, rapes, and auto accidents combined. She said that every 9 seconds in the United States, a man is beating a woman. She said that 3 million women are physically abused each year. And more than 30% of hospital emergency room admissions are women who have been severely with a physical assault. More than 3 women are murdered by their spouses every day. And she said too that women are going to be 7 to 14 times more likely to report the abuse than men would be. And also what was surprising I found was that she said Tennessee ranked 3rd in the nation of women being murdered by their men. She said one day alone in September 2012, it was reported that 768 victims were noted as victims of domestic violence in just Tennessee. So knowing some of those statistics, you might ask, what might be the outcome if we continue the abuse? Can we ever totally prevent domestic abuse? Well, if we overlook it, we're definitely going to have more victims. Not only is the abuser and the victim affected by the violence, but the children are. And that's where it all starts. Just witnessing abuse can create a vicious cycle. In our interview, Christy said that we need to start while they're young. She said that mothers should educate their daughters on the signs of abuse and when to report. She said that fathers should be role models to their sons and show them how to treat women. And these are the most important things. She also noted that, with our support shelters and help out there, the most important thing is to educate our youth and to let them know that domestic violence is just not okay. According to Christy, she said that the children will grow up, they will mimic their parents. And she just could not get across how the importance of educating the children. So knowing now that as parents, we have one more thing to teach our children, what more can we do to help? Not only are we reaching out for our children, but what more can we do to help the community? Well, I talked with Chrissy. She said that, even though that they have funding through federal and state grants, they're all the time never guaranteed. Those grants are never guaranteed. So she's always looking for ways to raise money. And they usually hold a golf tournament each year. She said again this year they're going to hold the golf tournament. She had put in charge Miss Kelly Walker, a former employee. She's volunteering now with Families in Crisis. And she put Miss Walker in charge of creating the brochure this year and getting things together. According to Miss Walker's brochure, the golf tournament usually has about 100 to 150 players. They enlist the help of about 20 volunteers. She said that this year's tournament will have cash prizes, a silent auction, and a lunch is going to be provided. This year's tournament is going to be May the 4th at Willowbrook Golf Course and with a tee time of 1 p.m. All donations are greatly appreciated, but volunteers are appreciated as well. Domestic violence is just a senseless act affecting our country on a daily basis. It's something we may not ever have had dealings with. As Christy pointed out, education is the key to stopping the cycle. It's Families in Crisis is a wonderful program helping those unfortunate victims of abuse. I urge you to join me to help support this organization and attend their upcoming annual golf tournament, either as a volunteer or a player. They need our support. And you may not think that volunteering